Greetings. This is another message from your principal. Again, we are almost done with the school year. We have about a week left in the school year, but it's never too late to continue to celebrate our school and to celebrate the diversity we have in our school, but also to educate ourselves on just various things that impact our school community, and the larger society. Just want to continue to raise awareness. It is Pride Month, and we want to continue to celebrate our LGBTQ plus people and all our diversity, and again raising awareness and continuing to combat prejudice with education in our building, but also outside of our building as well. Each year during the month of June, the LGBTQ plus population and their allies continue to come together and celebrate and recognize the influence within our larger world and community. It's so important that we recognize the huge contributions of the various cultures and groups in our building to make sure that we're educating ourselves, but also valuing the various differences that we have in our school and our society. Society has come a long way since the Stonewall riots of 1969, and we want to continue to raise, awareness and challenge negative attitudes, and celebrate sexual and gender diversity, encourage that inclusiveness. So I just want to make sure that we're celebrating within that Pride Month of the month of June and even beyond, and making sure that we're fully seeing each other for who we are in our school, but outside of our school as well. Students, I want to kind of circle back to some of the things I've been talking to you about, whether it be over the morning announcements, but also some of these one-on-one conversations or even group conversations in the hallways. I really want to make sure that I'm crystal clear on our expectations in FCPS. As far as what the specific language that is in our students' rights and responsibilities as pertains to two specific things, disruptions, and then also how are we choosing to express ourselves. So I'm going to literally just read the definitions from our SNR&R. So I'm again using the language that students should be abiding by, so we are all on the same page. And it says, for disruptions, it says a student who is willfully disturbing a class or disobeying the teacher that makes it difficult for the rest of the class to stay on task and to continue learning, and may put others at risk. This is something that goes into athletic competitions, school events, obviously hallways, and anything that's taking place on our school grounds. So that's giving context as well, and especially as it relates to this past week's events, as far as things that I was quite honestly very disappointed in a lot of our students in our building based on their actions. We want students to express themselves, but to do it the right way. And students have the right to express themselves through speech, assembly, and even distributing literature in other ways, but they are expected to communicate their opinions in ways that do not interfere with the rights of others or cause a disruption or harm or damage another's reputation or break the law, which did take place. Again, middle and high school students should submit their materials that they want to display or distribute or talk about to school administration and their SGA, which did not happen. So again, we want to make sure we're following protocol and doing things the correct way within that. Something I also want to highlight, there's been some one-off conversations and even small group conversations I've having with some of our students, and wanted to make sure that we're, again, as I said earlier, raising awareness to the different types of populations we have in our building and showing respect to those various groups. And so definitely just want to highlight and celebrate the large Muslim population that we have in our building, and want to celebrate and value that cultural and religious diversity that we have in our building, because that is something to be valued. And just sharing some information, because I feel like we should learn about one another, not just within SOLs and content, but how are we learning about each other outside of that context as well. So just some information I just want to share that people may not know as far as students. Islam is the second largest religion in the world after Christianity, with about 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. Although its roots go back further, scholars typically date the creation of Islam to the 7th century, making it the youngest or one of the youngest of the major world religions. Islam started in Mecca in modern-day Saudi Arabia and during the time of the Prophet Muhammad's life. And today the faith is spreading again rapidly throughout the world, and we have a large population of Muslims in our building. So again, just sharing some facts. I also want students to do their own research to educate themselves and ask questions and get to know your peers in that way as well. So that's my message for this week. Please continue to finish strong with the school year, and know that I love you.